Okay, I am sending a big long march all the way over here, up over here, all the way up here, all the way up here, to this temple, which I actually got into with a sub 1G march, but it's been taken by this guy here, 50G. I've got 97G about to land in 5 minutes. I'm a full guardian. I'm hoping he's not guarding the temple and then he tries to snipe me, and then I'll actually be able to tank a lot better. He is only 100 mil VP, so 100 mil VP with no cities would mean he only has 60G troops, and we know he's got 50. That's probably his full stack, which is about half of what my attack coming in is, so I could tank at least 2 hits, I think. I then want to try and take that, whatever remains from that attack, and potentially see if I can get onto this city here with the end goal of getting into here. This guy here is the same color as my icon. He's 600 mil VP, about the closest I could find where I could, because I'm pink to these two. So I wanted to sort of go incognito and try and get in. There is like 130G in this temple, so I can't hop to that one. And my plan is in about 24 hours I'll make a play to actually try and get into this area. So at the moment I'm just prepping my attacks. Okay, here we go. Attack's about to land. I scouted it a minute or so ago and it still had the 50G in it, so 65G left. Okay, and now we're back, and this time we're actually finally using the decent microphone. As you can see, I've changed my icon again. What I was wanting to do is just blend in with the guy I hopped to down there. And as you can see, the difficult temple is now captured by another guy, only has 6 million troops in it. Huge bonus to us. This is where my base was at the time, and I was actually under a massive attack. So I wasn't too disappointed about losing my base because of this planned attack. We are now 24 hours later since the last clip, or almost 24 hours. And yeah, I'm gonna march these troops across in stacks of about 99G, just because I don't want to capture the temple and then speed boost something over and then get found out before my troops get there. I'd rather risk the chance that they randomly decide they want the attack temple from this guy. It's just such a small chance it would actually happen. Much better odds everything all landing within, say, half a minute of each other and having enough to get on to the 115 or the 120. But if you look closely to the right, there's been a bit of drama happen on the playing field I was wanting to jump into. So a few of the cities have been swapped over to Pumpkin, and he had started building them for the D3 guy. So it's going to impact the amount of options I've got for getting onto D3's little base here. He's actually based on a different island at the moment, so the odds of him having troops here, considering no one has attacked them on this island since they first got here, is actually really slim. So with that in mind, I am still about an hour out as these troops march along, but once they get there, half an hour out, sorry. Once they get there, I can start making plays. So I'll cut to the next clip soon. Okay, troops here are about to land. This whole clip will be at 2.5 times. Here's some people that keep wanting on YouTube, so I quickly flash them through, though I wasn't expecting to have this on 2.5 times, so pause. Okay, first one's about to hit the temple, not quite half a minute apart, but close enough. Go for the scout. Check, there's nothing. I'm not even going to bother checking any other city. I would rather not risk and be able to level up that 115, so I just launched that first 99G. Also, if they scouted the temple now, they would only see I had 99G with me and wouldn't be so worried. Anyway, as you can see there, the Templar event's off, and those are all my stats. So yeah, rolling on in. I was previously all in a Guardian build, but I think by this stage I did have it swapped out. I didn't get a chance to see in time. Here we go, that's my per hours. I also changed my icon, so now I'm changing it to the D3's guy's icon because I want to, oh sorry, not the D3, this Bubble King guy down here, because I want to blend in even further with everyone else around me. Just, you know, it's always good to be stealthy. Someone might glance over you one time and it might give you a few extra minutes. Okay, main change goes down. I wanted all the troops there when I main changed because I didn't want to give them the time it would take me to speed boost like an hour and a half or something from my old base to start reacting. So here we go, just speed boosting over to my main city, finishing off the camouflage technique, and once they get here, I'll claim those now. So I've got a decent amount of troops compared to what I had in the last clip, and as you can see, all undefended. I was fully hoping that there was nothing here, but it was kind of nice to see that there was nothing. Okay, going in for the first city, and yeah, just really annoyed about this damn temple stuff. I wish if you had no troops in your temple, it would just use a more nearby city. Anyway, once the temple hit land, starts the scouting. I want to scout every single city just so I know if there are troops in the area, then I have to be a bit more vigilant about my scouting and how I play it. If there turns out to be no troops in this whole area, then I'll just be able to run over them and go nuts, because there's a chance he's probably AFK as well, and his cities are so far away from where his main base is so far away from where this attack's happening that I could probably get through half of these before he even manages to get troops here. And then he has to pick the right city to actually march his troops to as well, because he doesn't want to get one that I'm already attacked, and then he's just going to wall himself. Anyway, first attack goes off, finish off my scouting. Those with quick eyes at the 2.5 times would have noticed that pumpkins all through the cities I originally wanted to capture. Definitely a bit more limited than I wanted to be, but it is what it is. What I'm doing here is I'm full sending the troops I had, and then sending the other troops as just for reinforcements for the next capture. There you go, you can see it's only 200 and something Guardian. He's not going to be making any money off me taking these off him, but he has had them for a number of days, so he's probably already benefited from what he needed from these. I'm also going to save my gold from these captures for some time as well. We've got the build event coming up, and I'm actually going to be gaining gold throughout this video as I lose more cities back on my old main base. So if you see that ticking up, especially as I pause the recording for the march times and stuff, it's because I'm losing cities back on the main base. This is actually happening 6 in the morning my time, which is why it's a post recording. Ain't no way I'm getting out of bed to record a video for you guys. So this is where my main base was. I thought about leveling up my main city to try and slow down the capture. Those purple cities on the right were actually just recently captured, like about 30 minutes before this recording from me. And I was actually using some fun techniques I may put into a little YouTube short, which I've never done before. So don't hold your breath for it. Okay, then it's just pretty standard. If D3 doesn't actually, oh, here we go. So yeah, he's not even in salvage yet. I don't know whether he put any levels on these cities, and he, cautious, and he doesn't have much salvage there either, so he's not going to make huge money off me capturing these, which is quite nice. Okay, and then just rolling on through, 139, it's nearly 6T, and as you can see I'm marching 800G at the moment. I don't think I can take, I definitely know I can't take 139, so I'll just have to play around that and maybe go to the 136 next to it as I'm working my way through. You can also see I'm really close to a level, so I'm quite dependent on getting these troops, because otherwise I'm just not going to be able to sustain on capturing such high level cities. Just the way it is. And there you go, you can see already my old main city has been captured. I'm not going to try and tank that hit with the 190G troops, because I know he's attacking with nearly a T and he's got a lot more striker than me as well. Just deciding whether I want to go striker or rusher here. Decide on rusher because I'm going to need to be marching troops a lot over the next hour or so, even if he's not defending. Thinking here I might put my 190 on that 129 on the top, or 127. It just depends on how it plays out, but I may or may not be able to work a good strategy on that one. Okay, troops are about to land, and I'm being scouted by the guy who's attacking me back on my main city, my old main city, and what he's trying to do is he's trying to work out how many troops I've actually got up here, and whether I'm just hiding troops down back where he's capturing, because that will help him with whether he needs to use quicker marches or whatnot. So yeah, he's just trying to identify, but he's so far away, so I moved my troops off the city because I don't want to give him any information, and he would have caught that that was like 500k troops in that 134, and he would have known I've just marched it. But the problem is these scouts are from so far away, but the guy's bloody quick. Look at how fast they're going. They're so far away that it's really hard for him to time the correct scouting time. So what I'll do with these troops is just fire them through to the 136 with the idea that I'm going to have captured it. And here we go, that's that attack's about to land. I'm thinking, do I wall it here? It's a 127. I know it's not a wall, and then I'm like, no, I'm not going to wall it here. I'll move off and then change into cautious. Change into cautious. I hope I change into cautious. Do I check it? Check it. Was I cautious? Ooh, I was. Okay, that would have been a newbie play if I hadn't have changed. So there you go, he's running quite a lot of troops at me. I'd hoped he would go the other way. I was hoping he was going to angle towards the 129 first, and then I could get those troops over here with a reasonable suicide. But no, he's going to clear out to help out his teammate, the other pony boy there. He needs to get all these cleared out so the other guy can capture them off him. So we got a bit of a double whammy video going on here of him capturing while I'm capturing. I wanted to say unique, but it seems to be unique for me. As soon as I moved my main base, I seem to lose all my old cities. So that's all going on. And I'm just speed boosting this march across just because I do need to rush a little. I have no idea how far away D3 is, so I want to get all the way across this base on the top of Pumpkin there, and then I can start working on other cities. There we go, there's another one. Look at the sustain he's getting. It's just really good compared to what I would get if I were doing the same thing with the same amount of troops. Here we go. So I leveled up, so I'm back up to nearly a T troops, which is kind of helpful with these 136s while I'm just plodding away on them. He's capturing cities much faster than me with about the same troop count, so it really goes to show the benefit of Russia. There we go, yeah, he's not losing many at all. And here comes my hit. He's scouting again. He's trying to catch how many troops I have. If I wasn't being lazy at this point, I should have been regrouping all my troops down on my old base to keep him guessing for how many troops I have. And that would have made him run a lot more cautiously because he would have known if I had a good 600 G troops there, he wasn't going to be able to just run through me willy-nilly. Sorry about jumping ahead there, I just had to cut out a clip of me getting a notification. Okay, so he's still just attacking. And here comes my hit. Just quick zoom out there to check my troop count. I had to put this on 2 times, otherwise it is just too much recording here because I'm so damn slow. But when I was doing those movements of showing troop count and stuff, I hadn't anticipated being on 2 times. I apologise. Okay, that's the damage. He's still not making that much. and I'm just checking there because I'm about halfway to a level, about under, what my sort of sustain is looking like for when I can get more troops. It's amazing with this 2 times XP how close you get. There is, like, I'm 107 at the moment, so it's a lot of troops I get, but at the same time I'm definitely not making troops from this process. The idea is I need to take these cities off of the D3 player so that I can deny him the ability to actually recruit troops. And the idea here is someone who's playing passively like him, he literally hasn't fought any war, he's done nothing other than just take the cities from Pumpkin and then sat on them with recruiters so that he can gain, he was in the top 1% and he hasn't even played the game all season. So my theory is take his cities off him, deny him the ability to place in the top 1% and give it over to some other player. The problem ends up being is some other player is just another player who plays exactly like him and he still places in the top 6%, so I'm really only reshuffling the order of players I wouldn't like to get in the top 1%, but it is what it is, you got to make small steps. Here we go, I'm just doing the old standard march, my reinforce with smaller marches just to save on some speed boosts. I end up getting in a bit of trouble here because he's using over a T, hero is using over a T to attack me, so my big grand plan of not defending the 127 with the hope of defending the 129 sort of backfired because he came in with more troops, so I should have just suicided them in the 127 and gotten a better ratio. And there we go, that was the suicide of them. So I did make money off that one because I had all the troops, but I did need these troops here as well because I'm just running slightly low. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed boost these ones back to my main base and start working on the ones to the left because I've already got all the ones to the right apart from the 139, and then I can start going upwards. Still checking how close I am to a level, just because I am still only about 1T troops, and if I don't hit the level soon, just taking huge losses when I would ideally take less. And there we go, you can see I'm definitely, even though I didn't level up all those cities very much, I'm definitely making a decent loss there. I'm nearly 40 gold. The guys in the chat are talking to me at this point. So I did close the chat out when they were being a little bit on edge. But yeah, here's a bit of good drama that you get in Asia Plat server. Okay, so that one lands. I was actually skipping ahead just before as I added in some extra clips and I realised I've still got 7 minutes of rambling I've got to cover over this video, so yeah, good luck mate. Okay, I'll just keep taking these ones, 130s. Hindsight, I probably could have just taken 2 with each reinforce, but I'm trying to do max troop sustain here and the guy didn't seem to be defending, so this took a lot longer than what you're seeing here even at 2 times. Here we go. They're just talking about me being such a lovely person and how much they enjoy playing on the same server as me. Yeah, what was I saying? This has taken over an hour of these attacks anyway, so the guy clearly isn't on and defending, so I was just working on max troop sustain because of it. And there we go, that was me cutting the clip there, so yeah, and I'm cutting again to where they're landing again. So it's just bouncing through all these 130s without any defenders. Finally got that level, which is really nice when you look at how much of a percent of my troops that was at this point. Putting them on striker just because of the sustain being so difficult. And here I'm tossing up, it's a pretty big loss, but if I'm gonna do it, I need to do it. There we go, he's still 6. I think it's only the top 5 are making it in the 1% this season. You can actually crunch a number, and if you don't like doing the math yourself, what you should do is you should get on like ChatGPT, and there we go, I took the 139. And because I lost so many, I can just take the 130 based off that. Oh, yeah, what I'm doing here, I was just looking at that, I'm like, what am I doing? No, I was going to capture those 135s inside of those pumpkin cities to the right, so I'm just prepping for moving them over there. Anyway, back to what I was saying, if you want to work out what rank you're going to end up at the end of the season, especially when you don't know about the inactives and how many are going to be removed, what you do, an easy way to do it, rather than trying to work out all the math yourself, jump on ChatGPT, punch in your percent and say, if my percent is rank blah, what would 6%, what rank would 6% be, or 1%, or whatever you're looking for. 1% is quite a good one, because then in your head you can just times it by 10 or 100 to figure out some other nice round numbers. And let ChatGPT do the maths, and it will tell you exactly which ranks are the cutoff points to the 0.5%. And remember, it's round down, so if it, in this case, it's like 6th place is like 1.05 or something like that percent, so that means it's outside of the top 1%, so you're not getting it. Then you got to remove the inactives. So my method for that is to go around and find an inactive who is the highest VP one you can find, and normally there's a lot of inactives in the sort of 200k VP range and things like that, or even lower. But if you can find one at about the million mark or around there, then you know they're probably the upper echelon. And by upper echelon, I'm meaning the top sort of, there's only about 20 or so, at least in the Asia server, in that bracket, and the top ones are the inactives. Find one of those and then check what his rank is, and then you just have to recalculate all the rank numbers based on that being the total pool of players for where you'll finish up. So there's a bit of math you can do, but if you're serious about getting in that, like sneaking into that bracket up above, that would be what I would suggest doing. I was also doing some number crunching here, well not at this time, but the other day, around just exactly glancing when it's best to do a small march and not whatnot. So when you work on the march as being the power of 10 troops, every time you go up by a power of 10, it adds an extra 60% of your current march time to the total march time. So just some rough figures around that is, if you're currently doing a 5-minute march roughly, and you reduce it down to the power of 10 below, it then ends up being a bit over 3 minutes. And then going the other way, it ends up being a bit over 8 minutes from your 5-minute mark. So there's some just helpful when you're in the minutes. It's just basic maths for all the other things. You just times, if you want to work out, say you've got over a T troops but you don't have them all there and you want to know how long it will take you to do a city jump, just times your current time by 1.6 and you'll get the time you'll get for the next power of 10. Okay, just cut ahead a little bit. We're just getting our attack temple taken, but it's not our only attack temple, so no drama. Here we are coming into the final D3's cities. It's just got one more to go after this one, and then we're done. I may or may not make this my last video of the season, just because of how much damn editing I have to do with these larger cities. So yeah, if I don't do another one, have a good end of your seasons, guys. And if I do another one, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.